ready.
Okay, cool.
Let's roll.
What is up, everybody? Welcome to our Geeky podcast, and we are back with the video podcast for, I think, the third time, and I just touched. Yeah, that's awkward. Yeah, I think this is this the third one we've done?
Yeah.
I think, yeah.
We got
the third one.
Outing to Oz Comic Con.
Yes.
We had our first gaming one.
I meant like video podcast. I feel like we've done the video podcast before, but
yeah, we did. When we were sitting over there.
Over there, yeah.
Yeah.
Just
because this studio's.
That was at home. This is the studio.
This is the studio.
This is the studio. It's definitely not the same. It's definitely not.
It's not the same place.
2.5 meters away from our living room. It's definitely not where we are. It's not.
No. We had to get this specially painted.
Yeah.
Just to be able to put stuff up there.
Yeah. Just to. Yep. Cool.
Move away, quick.
I'm stalling. But yeah, thank you for joining us. If you are watching on video, thank you for looking at our faces for like the third time ever. And if you're still just listening to the audio podcast, thanks very much for doing that. This is, of course, the podcast where we talk about everything we are geeking out about this week. And it's been a fairly eventful week.
Yeah, there's been a few.
In the nerdosphere and for us as well.
Yeah, very much so.
Because on the 2 days ago, on the weekend just gone, we had EB Expo on the Gold Coast,
7th of October.
Yes, that was the date. And I trekked up there.
You did
all on my lonesome.
He's done he went solo, went lone wolf.
I did, not intentionally. It's just because of scheduling conflicts
and poor planning on my behalf, and
I think our behalf, to be fair. I went up and saw EB Expo on my own, so it was really cool to be able to get there, and also it was kind of a little awesome moment to get handed a thing that said Alex, our Geeky podcast media, which was
editor as well, like not director or CEO.
Nice.
Take us there. Yeah. Give us a bit of a vibe of what you felt.
It was 2 days ago, but
take me back there.
Yeah, there we go.
On a bit of a vibe, how did you feel? How was it different from something that you get down here?
Well, it was very warm. I think, look, it was difficult because I was trying to. To be honest, I was a little bit stressing out, being like, all right, I got to do this, and this, and I don't have Ryan here to help me. I'm just on my own. I'm trying to. I didn't get too much. The one thing is I wish I would have had a little bit more time is because I flew in and out of the Gold Coast on the same day. Yeah. So I basically flew in. So I woke up at 4:45 in the morning. Mm-hmm. Got to the airport at a little before 7. Flew out at 8. Made it to the Gold Coast. Made it to the convention center a little bit after 10, which was basically when doors opened. And then had to do that, and then I flew out at about 7 o'clock. So I had to leave a bit because I had to have time to get there for my flight before, to come home. I had to leave a little bit before the convention, the con wrapped up on the Saturday. And there is a second day of EB Expo, which we didn't get a chance to go to, but
there will be footage of this coming.
Exactly, yeah. There'll be a whole other video chronicling my experience at EB Expo. And I want to thank Jared, who hooked us up with the passes. So cheers, Jared, for that. I meant to send him an email, but I will do that shortly.
Note yourself.
Yeah. But yeah, it was kind of cool just like stepping in and having everything. So it was a little bit less. As I haven't been to too many cons. Mm-hmm. I think we went to Oz Comic Con together, and I've seen footage and stuff from
when me and Ash went to Supernova
and that sort of thing. So it was a little bit different to those because those were kind of more like stalls for like this exhibitor. A lot of them being like smaller ones. With EB Expo, it was less sort of
little stalls
and a few bigger ones. There was like as soon as you walked in, there was the Xbox one, and then just over the other side there was the Nintendo, there was PlayStation down the other end. There were some smaller ones selling like peripherals and that sort of thing, and some cosplay stuff and this and that. There was a little section for like you had some like old school arcade games and pool tables and that sort of thing. There was a bit for board games. So
everyone just showing off what they've got to play with.
Exactly right. Yeah. There was also a big truck, I think, set up by who does Omen? One of the Yeah, one of the PC...
Is it Asus?
Asus? Maybe. One of the PC joints that had a game of Overwatch going basically all day. And I think there was some pro gamers there.
Yep.
I don't really follow esports, so I'm not 100%. I feel like they were. But there were people just chilling and watching those. And I think they were giving away the opportunity to go to BlizzCon for people who got up and if they like won a thing. There was also like Ubisoft had a massive one sort of in the middle showing off. They had South Park, The Fractured Whole, Assassin's Creed Origins, Far Cry 5.
Awesome.
Some really cool... Nintendo's big one was Super Mario Odyssey that they were showing off, as well as they had some hands-on with, a few of the other games.
Was Xbox showcasing their new release for this month? The 4K...
The Xbox One X, they did have I believe they had the hands-on with that.
Yep.
They were also showing some other games. Had a little bit of Cuphead, which I've been meaning to download. I haven't had a chance yet.
Yeah, I hear a lot about it now.
It looks incredible because it looks exactly like a kind of a 30s or 40s animation.
Okay.
The art style is beautiful, but I've also heard it is brutally difficult.
It's like Flappy Bird all over again.
I never really played it, so I can't speak to that. But I was showing off that a little bit, sort of Forza, different bits and bobs. Nintendo was showing off, as I said, the big one was Super Mario Odyssey. They also had some like Pokken Tournament. They had like 2K18, NBA 2K18 on the Switch. Mm-hmm. There was a little bit from PlayStation. I will say in the video, I do mention this, but PlayStation was one of the ones where we weren't allowed to film anything.
Yeah.
So I didn't
cards to the chest.
Yeah. But they were showing off a few different bits and bobs. I think they had they had Call of Duty at their one. They had a little bit on God of War, which unfortunately I didn't get to see. God of War, which I'm a little bit bummed out about because that's a game that I'm really keen for.
Yeah.
But yeah, there was so much stuff there that it was difficult to, especially on my own, to get round and do everything.
Yep.
So I think we'll put that in the back pocket for next time.
Yeah, there's a bit involved.
Yes. Especially because I'm not as familiar with the camera stuff as you are. I'm trying to learn more, but
it's not an overnight thing.
No.
But getting thrown into the bullpen can teach you some stuff. So I can assume you did take away something from this.
Yes.
Yeah.
That it's difficult to do on my own.
It's very hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The one thing, so like I said, doing all the filming and stuff made it difficult to kind of sit that down and get a hands-on with stuff. Also because I was like, okay, I can't really do that because I got to go get some shots of this thing, and then if I spend too much time here, I'm going to miss out on this and that. So
and that's why I'm always. It's so funny now. It's like. Ryan, you're always off getting shots. Like, yeah, we need shots of stuff.
Yeah.
It's just we need to make sure the shots are interesting, and we need to make sure that we're like exposing correctly for the shots and going from room to room, because I'm assuming that would have been like a darker area or a lighter area.
There was pitch
black area.
There was not a lot of light other than like at
I know.
the stalls.
Those exhibition centers suck for that.
Yeah,
and they're always that fluorescent lighting, so it's like. If you try to film and you've got a light, it'll like blink. It'll do like the arm banding. It'll flash. So it's like, there's a lot to consider when you're in that sort of ballpark. Yeah.
Also, as you would probably understand from experience at Comic-Con, it's very tiring just being on your feet all day, and I didn't have a chance to put my stuff anywhere because I had to basically have my gear from when I woke up, get on the plane, get to the expo, carry it with me, and then jump back on the plane. So I didn't have like, when we were here, we could like leave some stuff in the car or do that sort of thing. But I didn't have a chance to that, so I was carrying my gear on me the whole time. Yeah. So I had like the camera and then my bag with all my other stuff in it, which added to the exhaustion a little bit. Yeah. So I had a couple of times just sort of, also because of the amount of people in there, it can get a little bit cramped. So, and also being on the Gold Coast, it's quite warm. So I had to get out and just kind of breathe, get something to eat, and all right, let's go again.
It's like when we went to Z Town, I was like, oh, my gear. And it's just like, until you experience that, it's like, okay, that would have been annoying.
Yeah.
There's a lot,
Yeah. But now, as you said, I've got the experience doing it a little bit, so we know for next time. Overall, I had a really enjoyable time seeing like all the stuff. The one thing that was pretty crazy was they had the like Superstore, the EB, like a whole bunch of. Basically, I think they said like effectively the biggest EB Games / Zing store in Australia.
Yeah.
At the thing, the line was insane.
Really?
Yeah.
Did they have like a lot of those red posters up so you know that EB's having a sale? Like, did it look like that? Like plastered with red?
They had the little signs for everything and stuff. They had some of the. I was gonna try and get in there, because they had the Dragonzord pop.
Ooh.
Which is which is a New York Comic Con exclusive. But by the time because I was like, all right, I got to get shots first. That can wait.
Yep.
Whatever. Like worst case, I can buy it online. I'm sure somewhere we'll have it. So, go around. But basically, by the time I was like, oh, I'll maybe check it out, and I'll show you the video. The line was basically from the entrance down one wall and then across like half of the convention center.
Wow.
It was insane how long it was.
Was this just to get like
This was just
exclusives?
To get into the store. Dude, yeah. It was mental.
I'd understand if there was like a kissing booth with Jessica Negri. Like that was like, okay, fair call, no worries. I'll line up for the day. Mm-hmm. But what?
They had like they had a sign being like expect like an hour wait to get in. It's like, this is just for the store. Like, there's cool stuff in there, yeah.
If the line's this good, if the line's this long, it must be good.
Exactly. It was like, dude, it's
wow.
Like, it was crazy how long the line was. Just again, just for the store, and I'm sure they had some cool stuff in there.
Yeah.
Like I said, I saw the Dragonzord walking past. They had the normal one and the gold one.
Yep.
Which I don't think it's Chase, but it's like a different version of it or whatever.
Yep.
Which that would have been cool to get, but yeah, I'm not lining up for an hour when I've got other stuff to do. Which, yeah, that was pretty crazy. But
so, all in all, a good experience.
It was a great experience, a learning experience, if nothing else.
Yep.
I think so, say, for both myself and for our whole thing moving forward, which is good. So, but keep an eye out on the YouTube channel because we will be putting together a video. I'll try to get it up as soon as possible. But I'll try to get it up within the week. But keep your eyes peeled for that. And I'll post updates on the socials and all that sort of stuff.
Stay tuned.
Exactly right. Another big thing that just dropped today was the new trailer for Justice League.
Yes,
which is a movie.
That's exactly what it is.
Yes, it is.
And it's something that people are waiting for,
apparently.
I think.
Apparently people are excited about it.
Yeah. Anyway, that did drop today.
Yeah.
And it left me feeling the exact same way as the first trailer.
It's not done anything to change my level of excitement, which is a very low thing.
No, it's a very low bar going into it.
There's a good chance that it exceeds our expectations, but that's solely because our expectations for this movie are so
very low.
Very low.
Yeah. Nah, not overly keen.
No.
But I guess that landed today. What different things did we get? Not a lot. There was still the overdone forced comedy in like every scene, the poorly matched music. Mm-hmm. And I think like the highlight was maybe like the Joker reference for the Aces Casino.
Ace Chemicals, that's a thing that happened.
Yeah, that was probably as far as it went for me. That is still going to have to be a movie that we're going to have to wait and see. To see how it goes. Actually, this week we also got a drop for a new Ragnarok trailer.
The international one?
Yeah.
I didn't see that yet.
Yeah, there wasn't a lot of...
I think I heard somewhere that kind of dropped some bigger spoilers, so I was like, I don't really need to see it.
I would say not overly. I don't think there was some massive like game changes in there. You just got to see some of the earlier scenes in a little bit more length.
Okay.
I guess. A little bit more... so they stretched out a lot more of it, and it's a bit more like, oh, okay, so that's who that... Like, I can get a better feel for who that character is. It was still exciting because that's a movie we're
actually keen for.
It was good. But Justice League is just another Justice League trailer.
Was there anything that, obviously, we're both excited for Thor Ragnarok. I haven't seen the other trailer, but from the sound of the thing, it sounds like it will add some stuff that I could probably just wait for the movie to see. So I think I'll probably just do that. With the Justice League trailer, given that this is one that we're not that excited for, was there anything that stood out in a positive way from this new trailer for you? Was there anything that jumped out at you other than the Ace Chemicals building in the background?
Other than that, I loved the scene with Wonder Woman standing on the Lady of Justice. I thought that was really cool. It was a really awesome scene to see that. That and I think just because like you get to see a bit more of the characters that I probably want to see, like Flash, like you get to see a little bit more of him.
Yep.
And like even though Aquaman is still like it's a bit forced.
We were discussing before. It seems like they're trying really hard to make Aquaman cool.
Yeah.
Like it's one of those like, oh, look at how cool Aquaman is. Don't you think Aquaman's cool? Look, this guy's cool. Like it's not like it doesn't feel.
It's a very forced.
Exactly, it doesn't feel natural. Like when someone's cool, it's like you don't make a big deal out of it, and that's one of the things that makes them cool. Is like it's just me.
I think that's what makes Jason Momoa cool.
Exactly, Jason Momoa is cool.
Yeah,
he's a cool dude.
Yeah,
he's a cool dude. I'm not. But yeah, it feels like very much like they're focusing on how kind of like fun-loving, and it's like woo, yeah. There's a lot of that.
It's like
happening with him.
Some
he's very
party boy rocker.
Yeah, it's very
thing.
bro Aquaman.
Yeah,
which he's the king of Atlantis. Like
not the quarterback.
Exactly. He's not quarterbacking Atlantis University.
No.
To the state championship game. You know, it's. Like it feels very forced is probably the right word.
I think
like
it is,
they're trying to really make Aquaman a thing.
Yeah.
Which it's a lot easier to do that when you just write an interesting character. Which it doesn't feel like they're focusing as much on. Granted, this is the trailer, and obviously we'll wait and see the final result. But again,
initially, it's just like, and I watched something that sort of summed it up well the other day. Like. Aquaman in the comic books was always the, like, I'm strong, but I shouldn't have to show you how strong I am. And he was always the savior that a group, like everyone turned to in the end. And it was just like, he's here because he's not taken it and ripped people apart for it. He's an honorable person, and he's someone that has come up, taken what he has, like what he deserves because it's his. And people followed him for that. Even like on the land, he had towns and stuff like the town that they're trying to depict in this Justice League movie, where he's hanging out. Even there, like he wasn't someone who seemed like you had to fear him. He was someone who was just like, look, if you're going to do right by us, do right by us. But if you're not going to do right by us, then get out. Not just throw you against a wall for the sake of throwing you against a wall, sort of thing.
Yeah.
And I think that's what's like the Aquaman that they're trying to bring into this is exactly like that. It's like they've gone. People aren't going to like him. He's not going to test well with people because he's like we've already got one standoffish little guy in Flash who's funny. We like, how are we going to bring this guy up to standard? How we can't have two guys that people might not test well with. And I think that's what they've done. They're just like, let's make Aquaman cool again. And they've made him very party boy.
Yeah.
Like he's out of the Jackass movies. Like he's just always in there with stuff. And it's just...
Yeah.
Like, I love Jason Momoa and I love everything that he's done. But I don't think he needs that.
Yeah, I appreciate the fact that they're trying to kind of make their own Aquaman, I suppose. Because, like, with this, obviously it's not a direct adaptation of the comics. It's a new interpretation. And that goes for every character. So I appreciate the fact that even with Joker, we talked about this a week or two ago. Like, I appreciate the fact that Jared Leto went in there trying to make it his own.
Yeah.
It probably didn't work that great. But he went out there and tried to make his own version of the Joker. And I appreciate that. And it seems like that's what they're doing for Aquaman, but it also seems like it's going down the same path as Joker. Probably not as extreme, but it very much feels like, I don't need bro Aquaman in the Justice League.
But other people have done it right too. Like Thor in the comic books, is nothing like the Thor that we see in the movies, but he is a good Thor.
Yeah,
he has the right amount of. I'm probably using the wrong word here, but the right amount of innocent comedy behind him because he's just so
that sort of fish out of water comedy
with people.
Absolutely.
And I feel like Aquaman could have nailed that. That would have been fine because he doesn't spend a lot of time coercing with everyone.
Yeah, I feel like that might be why they've gone a slightly different direction, because I feel like if they'd done kind of, because there is some similarity between Thor and Aquaman in that sense, and they're both sort of fish out of water, one more literally than the other.
Very literally, yes.
In that sense. So I can understand why DC would maybe be hesitant to do it as strong, like a similarity.
Yep.
Because people would just be like, oh, let's just Thor and fish scales. So I get that they're trying to sort of maybe change it up a little bit, but
you can still fix it. Like it still could have been done better.
Exactly right. But granted, we don't know how it's going to end in the final result. So
yeah, we'll have to see how it goes.
Exactly right. So I think that's pretty much. We're doing some shorter episodes, as you probably know. In also because we're doing this
coming to you
through a visual
live and
medium.
edited.
Exactly. Live and edited. That doesn't really make any sense. But what did you guys think of the Justice League trailer? Let us know in the comments down below. Make sure to also follow us on Instagram and Facebook. We'll chuck the links down there
the
and
there.
Put things
around probably.
Exactly. If you're listening on whatever podcast feed you have, thanks very much for doing that. If you could rate and review the show on iTunes and SoundCloud, we'd obviously appreciate that.
And let us know how you feel about this.
Exactly.
We want to know that the visuals will help.
Exactly.
And
if you want to see more, see more. You see what I did there? Do you see what I did there?
I see what you did there.
It's great. I'm on a roll. Yeah. All right. We'll work on that for next time. But until next time, my name's Alex.
I'm Ryan.
And thank you very much for listening. Peace out, everybody.
Peace.